Come on for the walk. Get your mat. Uh-oh. Finger snapping. Get your weights if that's what you're doing. Line up if you're walking on the wall.
Power on. Bluetooth.
Get your chair. Hey. Y'all know I love my jaws. Get your water. Yeah. What did I forget? Jump on your bike. Start your treadmill. And let's get ready for this walk. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. 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 I said, come on with me. Yeah. Yeah. When you walk with me, what? You can eat what up? Yeah. I'm walking now. Yes, let's get this 30-minute walk over with. It goes by in a blink of an eye. Great ride isn't y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. I didn't post my pictures of me on my roller skates yesterday evening, but I was, and I'm a little achy breaky. Oh, I realized that I could probably get some DW40 and spray it down here. Now here's the thing. I gotta remember to get it. It's just upstairs. Hey YouTube, my apologies for yesterday. I looked at that video, I was like, why I got the people looking in the fall? Now, I think that made me give kicks for Facebook, because though I did clean it the first time, I also had a lighting issue where I may have, sorry y'all, but y'all exercising, you don't even notice. Anywho, so my body was so happy when I got on those skates. I went straight for the skates. I didn't stop for the Nautilus machine that you see the videos on. I said, no, you're mixing up your mind. You're mixing up your feet. Go straight for the skate. And I did. It was wonderful. I'm going tomorrow to the garage, and I'm going straight for the skate. And my body is happy. Blood got where it had to go and everything, y'all. So, I tell you, this is the best part of this human experience. It's where you take everything and you tie it up in a bow. How can I explain it? J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter book series. That last book, oh, I can't think of the name right now. It tied everything up. From the first book, I think it was the 7th book. Everything tied up. You was like, yeah, whoa, yes, oh, that's why this happened. Oh, shoot, yeah, oh. Well, that's what this stage of the human experience is. It's the, oh yeah, oh. Tell and African Americans, Africans, this American penal colony, or the penal colony named America, because the penal colony is named Jamaica, penal colony is named Bahamas, penal colonies named Puerto Ricos, penal colonies named Dominican Republic, penal colonies named Haiti, etc., etc., etc. Argentina, Venezuela. I think the Venezuelans ran into Colombia, but yeah, they brought the African slaves there too. So, you know, everything is tied up quite nicely. And now I know how the final chapter is going to go. I came in on it and I didn't know anything. But now I know how the final chapter is going to go. And it's going to end with, and finally she was returned to Africa. I almost have to bat back tears. and that's all it is. On my whatever marking, when I'm put into the Ghanaian ground or crypt, that's all I wanted to say. At last she returned home. And that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the human experience. Anyway. Whew. So, y'all go with that race stuff. And I can understand because it's what we were taught. You look at that debacle in the penal states of Mississippi, all those, Alabama, North Carolina, all the penal states. I mentioned them because they're the most vicious. Then you come up on the northeast side, again, all penal states, excuse me, just different countries brought the prisoners of war, Africans, to different areas. So, I learned from this penal colony that in war, you have prisoners of war. They said they are still prisoners of war in Vietnam, Korea, from this penal colony. And you don't hear about them because they are cut off. We are zoned not because of racism. It's such an insult, the ancestors said, please, please, please stop. We're cutting off because we are descendants of a ruling class of Europe. It took them a long time to get rid of us, to get us out of Europe, as you can see. A long time. You'll never hear about the millions that were killed over there. You'll never hear about it. We are the descendants of the millions that was sent out of Europe. and prison on penal colonies like this. I've named quite a few. And what you wouldn't do in war, you wouldn't teach the prisoner of war descendants anything about the history. You were going to say, hey, y'all prisoners of war, and we got to do it. They'll get together and... So they said, oh, y'all was nothing. Y'all was hanging from trees. And that's what they taught. And that's what the people believe. That's what Carter Woodson said, so as a man taught, so shall he believe. Ciao. And you're enslaved because you're descendants of a ruling class of people that rule Europe. So, even though we don't know it, they know it. The cults, the abolitionists and stuff, they were also taught that we were just a bunch of cotton pickers. Cotton pickers and stuff. And why can't we be made free? They didn't know we were of a ruling class. A ruling class of Europe. They didn't know that. That had all been erased. And we were cotton picker and sugar cane cutters. And I often wondered, they said on this penal colony, the Oldham said, Frederick Douglass too, and it's on the books, you can't teach the African, the enslaved African to read. But our ancestors, Frederick Douglass, told the truth. They didn't want us to even see paper. Print. They didn't want to see print because they knew we would learn to read it. We came from the ruling class of Europe. Hopped our asses right on over there, our ancestors. Sometimes I say that, I vibrate back to them. You see? You see? So, after Emancipation Proclamation, we were almost herded. That's why we had no money. That's why they just said, okay, you free. We don't know how you're going to eat. We don't care how you're going to eat. And they went around shooting quite a few of us. Throwing us back in jail. Making laws. Because even though we were free, our history is that of a ruling class. They can't give us that much. They can't. Everything they are. You know. So, sometimes I vibe to the ancestors. Dr. Frankenstein's, I'm living on a penal colony that your monsters made. I'm living in zone areas that your monsters made. And a lot of us don't even know. Being tricked with this racism. No. We're a ruling class. So, you zone to areas like in Mississippi and Alabama and up in Detroit and things too. Water bad, land bad, grass bad, everything bad. Yeah, You're a conquered people. You're not enslaved anymore, but you're still descendants of prisoners of war, of Africans who were the ruling class of Europe. Straight through. Hit all them European nations. They done burnt out. That's why I know these ancestries and stuff ain't telling the truth. That's why I ain't giving my blood to them. Do you know how many white people be running around here saying, I'm African, I got African, I got African. I came from Ireland. How could I have African? Well, yeah, he's kind of the ruling class. What brought us down was the fact that we started mixing. And we started putting our mixed, the ancestors started putting their mixed race children in higher positions. Until finally, them dark-skinned Africans was out! And it's almost time for our water break. Thanks for tuning in if you do. I can understand if you don't. I just got to put it on the ethos. I understand the assignment. I always have. Ooh, y'all. If I stop walking, y'all, the game trip me up. Yeah. Hey. Come on with me. Yeah. And save your feeling too. My back feels good. Yeah. I can't wait to get back on the skates, y'all. Save your feeling too. Yeah. Cause if I stop walking now, I didn't let my water get room temperature. So now I got sippy, 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 sippy. Yeah. But I want to gulp it down. And save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, come on with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, yeah. You can eat. Yes, you can. I do. You know what it does? Exercising makes you cut down on your portions. Trying to save my feet and toes. But listen, don't listen to me. I said I'm walking down. I ain't no USDA stamp. I ain't no USDA stamp. I ain't no German mixed race African. I'm more of the more connection. But we just gonna keep going. So now I'm like, they had us thinking, and my poor mother and them, they came from Virginia. I was down south, trust and believe, they ain't teach nothing. But you understand, you're generations of a ruling class, even though 600 years, they still remember that you are the ruling class, that you were the ruling class in Europe, and they did such a good job of erasing it for us. We don't know. So my mother said, oh, we're in this area and all they do is give us bad meat. They don't give us this. Yeah. Yeah. They're trying to keep us down. Yes. Even after 600 years, you're still connected to a ruling class who ruled for longer than that. So their memory is longer than ours. Ours gotta be dug for. Like I said, if I didn't go around trying to build this African an American theme park, and I still have to credit to the hanging tree. I still have to, the energy I got from the hanging tree, and the energy I got when I walked through those slave markets, and that's all was in South Carolina. I got to credit that to coming out on the other side. So yeah. They don't pay us as much as they paid them. Yes, that's absolutely right. You're a conquered people. You don't know it. You still think you're a cotton picker, that your descendants were, your ancestors were cotton pickers. So you don't know that you came from a ruling class. And as I told you, the greatest history lesson, which is probably taught in those crossing bones stuff and in the junkyard dog conference room, war room, but not to us, how they all got the African out of Europe on the boats that the Africans came out of Africa for and brought into Europe and taught them. Remember, ruling class. Go back to your history. They were still droids, what do they call them? Oh God, hedge thing. Oh my goodness. Druids. They were druids and stuff like that. And the others are still up in the mountains, fighting each other and breaking out each other's skulls. But you're not taught that. You're taught that your ancestors brought here as cotton pickers. But that's why you're zoned. That's why you're zoned to certain areas. That's why you're zoned. You're not going to get it. You're a conquered people. That's why your water is going to be full of lead. That's why your houses ain't going to be worth crap. That's how they treat them. Let me give you something more current that you can look at. Okay, let's say the war in the Middle East. I believe, just from past history, they said, look at past then, look at the past and see how it is today. Dr. Phil, all the psychiatrists, they all said that. They ain't slapping them Palestinians, Iranians, Afghanistanians, all them on penal colonies when they're caught because it worked with us. Get them as far away from the resources where they can't come back. So I'm not saying this is happening, but I'm using it as an example. Guantanamo Bay. Even after they served their sentence in the brick and mortar prisons of Guantanamo Bay, then they let loose on the penal colony Guantanamo Bay. They ain't afraid. And they ain't going back. Because it worked with us. They're not going back. Take the Russians and the war. The prisoner of war Ukrainians. They shipping them deep in the heart of something. They ain't coming back. They'll be treated like crap. You can't give them no money. Give them some money, they can find their way back. Don't give them no decent shelter to make them submit. Control their food. Just like here. I used to understand. My mother and them, when somebody had a chance to go out to Long Island with the German Ethiopians and the Italians, which we know are, I just don't know what the other side, I would say Romans. And Africans. And they used to run out there to Long Island, and I hear them say, oh yeah, that's where we get the good meat from. That's where the good meat is. Ours here is, and it was, trash. Because at times they couldn't run to Long Island to get the good meat. We had to get what we could get. That's why we didn't have butchers with decent meat. They would say, African Americans say, if we just stuck together, we can. No, that ain't gonna happen. You're a conquered people. Of course, if you stuck together, we could. Our ancestors ruled Europe for years. Of course, and they know it. You ain't getting together. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. Stop using the ancestors and stop using the energy there. Get together. The ancestors got together, took their asses out of Africa, went in Europe, rule, conquer, big mistake, mixed race, put the mixed race in charge, and here we are on this penal colony. And that's why the mixed race, German, Ethiopians are wearing us through. All those books of our inferiority, the darker the skin, the dumber the person. Haters. And that's why I know I stop at 20 minutes, but y'all, I'm kind of focusing on the skating. So the last 5 minutes, we can do like hands exercises. I'll change it. I'll say we walk for 25 minutes, and then we do some hand wrist exercises like that. So I would say, Mommy, yeah, all meat markets are so crappy, and yeah. And when we get apartments, there's rats. Yeah. And then this people call say, white flight. That wasn't white flight. They moved the white people out. And they moved us in. We were coming out of Virginia and all those places. But, you know, the German Ethiopians, how they spin it. They spun it to mean white people ran away. White people ran away. I know they didn't. They was moved. They was moved. They were moved. And we were moved in. And that's when they started dropping the drugs, honey. They dropped the drugs, liquor stores on every corner. And the activist just say, why? Why are there liquor stores? What? Really? You're a conquered people. Even now, like I said, you're not getting reparation. That story of coming here and oh, we want payment because we picked cotton, we picked cotton. Yeah, we did all those things, but that wasn't the reason why. The reason why is because a whole millions of ruling classes in Europe got spread through the globe on penal colonies. And that's why. Now, in suing, they gonna make money off you. They're making money off the prisoners. Well, they're making money off the prisoners in the brick and mortar prisons right now. That got nothing to do with race. Everything to do with the ruling class. And we're descendants. And though we don't know, apparently we're enough of a danger to be kept in those things. So we said, oh, they won't let me, like I was, oh, it's discrimination, they won't let me live here, they won't. No. Because they're right. Then that whole area becomes almost like an occupied area. It becomes zoned. Zoned for us. And then they said, move the white people out. This is zoned for us. Move the Africans in, they can move, they can live there. And we'll make sure they get the worst food, they have the bad water, all that stuff that you do. And it's going to happen to the Ukrainians. And it's going to happen to the Afghanistanians. And the Iranistanians. And all them other Arab stuff like that. Yes. That's how war works. I know we think war is movie stars. But when you look in the mirror, African Americans, especially dark-skinned African Americans, you're descendants of the ruling class, and they ain't never gonna let you get nothing to get back to that status again. Never. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So no, don't depress yourself. Oh, it's because of the color of my skin. And all this garbage these German Ethiopians done wrote about us, and our liver is different, and this is different, our toes is different, our thing is different, we get this. No, none of that. None of that. You're descendants of a ruling class, a powerful ruling class, and you don't know it. They made sure that you don't know. Like I said, you gotta dig to find it. Though, Britain is coming, that Bridgerton stuff, and you see these Africans in there, they giving you a little glimpse of that. But you gotta turn it around. You gotta flip it. It was the other way. Okay. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. So I'm gonna love this body until We separate. I'm exercising. We're going to be roller skating, get into our life. I know what the deal is. But by then, I will have my plot, my headstone in Ghana. And when I fall off those skates dead, and my body and matter come to the separation part, my matter and energy separation part, cremated, my favorite items in the box, and send me DHL to my resting place in Ghana, and my energy will follow me. No, my energy ain't coming through another one of us on this beautiful colony, honey. I ain't do nothing. I ain't break no laws. I ain't did nothing. I'm out. You can't use me against the Africans because I'm ashes. You can't manipulate me against my own people because I'm just going to be ashes. But my energy going to be there. We happy because we'll be off this rock. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I'm going to get these cameras straight eventually. Thanks for coming on board, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.